Well, I wanted to start with this game.
Oh, what's the game?
If the solution is super smart seagulls, then see this? Then what's your problem? Super smart seagulls is the solution. Then what was your problem?
Irreverent sunbathers. Hey, welcome to Idea Drop, where we all think of good ideas and Kindle shits on mine.
Hey.
Sorry, a little bit true. But that's okay. You have a little bit more experience than I do. Hey, so our sponsors for today are Corona.
Nope, they're definitely not a sponsor. Venice Beach, some magician made this thing with little mushrooms and all these health things, and we're supposed to take a shot of this Magic Mind. It's
These
supposed
are
to be good for the
in
brain.
right now. I've seen these at the grocery store, and I've been generally pleased.
I don't know anything about ingredients. Do you know anything about ingredients?
I do. Actually, these days I've been reading a lot about ingredients. You just did it. Oh, it's going to be tough. I'm not good at shots. I've never been the guy who's like, hey, let's be good at shots. I've done them, but they're
Embrace
brutal.
the pain.
Yeah, that's what
It doesn't taste good if you sip this, so just do it. No, it's like basically blended up. I mean, it's not terrible.
I'm going to compare it.
In my favorite show is Parks and Rec, and they say...
The beer's better.
So this tastes a little bit like kale took a dump on spinach.
They had an unwanted son.
But now our brains are going to be through the roof for the next 3 hours.
That's true.
So that's why we did that.
Or confused. Uppers and downers.
Okay, so I wanted to read some of these ingredients. Also, Venice Beach is nice outside of LA. Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha is really hip right now. Don't know what that is.
Bacopammonian, whole herb extract.
Okay.
Chlorophyll, adds sodium copper.
Not chloroform.
No, not chloroform. Curcumin extract root, phosphatidol. Anyways, I only got through a third. I'm not going to keep going. That's going to be bad TV. Okay, I have another. I just wanted to start
with some ideas.
Well, I wanted to start with this game.
Oh, what's the game?
If the solution is super smart seagulls, then see this? Then what's your problem? Super smart seagulls is the solution. Then what was your problem?
Irreverent sunbathers.
And what are...
like you train the seagulls to... This is...
All right. If the solution is no fingers, only thumbs, then what was the problem?
Keyboards. You turn to
only
phones.
Thumbs? No fingers. What was the problem? What's the problem? This is really good business entrepreneur practice.
It is kind of true. It's like innovating when you have a problem. Okay, so you only have fingers and you only have
thumbs
and you have no fingers.
Yeah, but it's a solution. That's the solution, is to use only your thumbs.
Hitchhiking?
There you go.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
I can't find a car.
Yeah. Okay, no more arms. That's the solution.
Oh.
No more arms.
Oh, I want to
beat frostbite, right?
No. I want to beat Michael Phelps in the
Ooh.
Oh, what's the stroke under the water?
The dolphin swim.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's kind of like the butterfly.
I got to win
no wings.
finally.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Anyways,
that's a good idea. I like that.
So this was a local. I actually, I don't know if JD can bring this up in the studio. On Amazon, this "What's Your Problem" game. It's called "What's Your Problem." It's actually local. Some local entrepreneur. It's a husband and wife team, and I thought it was brilliant. So I bought one. Yeah. So they're not really a sponsor.
You saw that. So I remember you talking about this. We have not played it before, but I remember you talking about
Played
this
it with my kids. It was fun.
Oh, kids are probably great at this. They're super good at innovating ideas, but likely better than me. But you talked about this at this pitching session, right? You went to it where everybody was pitching their new ideas.
Yeah, it was pitch day.
How was it? How was the pitch day?
Pitch day was awesome. Okay, so there's an entrepreneur who raised more money than he needed from the angel capital, and he owes me some toothpaste. Huh. Like he told me I'll hook you up.
Was that his product? He's
giving away samples, right? Uh-huh. But no, the toothpaste is rebuilding your enamel. I have terrible enamel.
Hold on.
So I get cavities
at
No, this is not a thing. Like rebuilding enamel has been like...
It's not a thing.
The elusive, we can't do this thing.
Oh.
So this is a toothpaste
They
that
found out how to
is
do it.
proven to rebuild it. Yeah. What's your problem?
The name of the game is What's Your Problem?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Can I ask you about this? I'm working on my project, which is maybe kind of interact with the FDA, USDA, all that kind of stuff, my own problems. You once tackled this problem before. I'm imagining the toothpaste guy had this thing. You went in business. Tell me when I'm wrong here. You went in business with a guy who developed a pill that would discharge all of the caffeine from your system.
Yeah. So it sped up the enzymes in your body that are supposed to process out caffeine. And we think, but we didn't have the money, we didn't have the funding to do the studies on also guanine, taurine, et cetera, like energy drink stuff. So we only could prove it in rats with our funding level, but we would need like many millions more of funding in order to get into human trials. So then you have to decide, am I going the drug route? Because he has a patent portfolio of drugs. He's a doctor of pharmacy, and he did it with his professors. And I can't remember what university in California, but him and his professors basically formulated the drug that does this for drug use, so in hospitals. And that was for when somebody is so drunk and so jacked up on energy drinks at the same time that they have a heart issue that can take their life. So if memory serves, because it's like 8 or 9 years ago, I want to say 2 people per hospital per year die of that exact niche, and there's no solution. So he has So there were German biopharma companies like appraising and auditing like his patent portfolio to see if it would hold up.
Oh, this is the card game.
You've got problems. Is that it?
It looks like it.
No.
Well, it looks very similar.
It was on Amazon. What's your problem? And it would be Reading. It's okay if you can't find it.
That's okay. That's a good idea.
Oh, chips and salsa. That was right there. It was the second result.
Chips and salsa.
Yep. Second one. Yep.
Oh, is that the name of their?
Oh, we're waiting on the internet.
Branding.
Come on, internet. Yeah, it's going to space and back. Give it a sec.
That's what it is.
So, anyways, yes, the supplement version of that though did not need FDA regulation and approval. They need more to not dip into certain claims so that you don't get in trouble from the FDA and other governing boards.
And those are the hoops that I'm learning how to jump through.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that
with my project
stuff, your secret stuff,
and my secret sauce. I have questions about that, but first let's go here. This is what you saw. A local entrepreneur made this.
Yeah, what's your problem? It's easy to learn, accommodates any number of players. Okay, unlike any other games, it's not strategic. That's why I like it so much. It's skewed towards players with more or skewed towards those with more experience. Instead, creativity reigns supreme. Great with my kids.
That's great.
And it's basically random solutions, the power to make anyone poop their pants. So what was the problem? If you needed to be able, you work in a hospital ward dedicated to constipation. That's what you do. And now you have the power to make anyone poop their pants.
That's awful, but yeah, that would work. Okay. The solution, I guess we're on brand. The solution is 127 diapers. What's your problem?
Well, it was my baby has the runs and we're going to Hawaii for 3 weeks.
That's it. The solution is a cloud of mosquitoes released every 5 minutes.
The solution is I want these people off my property because I use it for harvesting robot energy.
Okay, this is really good. Crude oil in water balloons. What's the solution?
Okay, we are demonstrating against crude oil in Europe, and we're going to splash it on their face with water balloons.
Yeah, that would be effective. That's just sad, though. I like this. This is a fun game.
Cool game.
Okay, so back to your problem. So what I understand, you, in my opinion, came up with a really, really good product. You went far with it, far enough to
You're talking about the caffeine one? Not my idea.
No. Okay, so
I have
you
a
partnered with
very
the guy
small
who
amount
did
of equity. Yeah, he did it all.
Sure.
I joined him later
Great.
because it's awesome. And
it is so awesome.
We
It's
went
a winning
after
idea.
CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Walmart,
Why'd it
Costco,
fail?
Target.
Why
It's
did
not
it fail?
failed. You can actually buy it today. It's just got kicked out of Rite Aid after we got it in 4,000 stores nationwide because Rite Aid is really, most of them actually, most mass markets, pretty predatory in the way that they deal with startups. So they don't pay you until basically they want to. This is the way the contract works. And they want to is based on success metrics, but obviously you have to pay for enough product to stock the shelves of 4,000 stores and ship it to 4,000 stores at your cost. So we had to lay out almost $100,000 just to stock their shelves. And then they never paid us for it because only 25% of it had sold in 3 months.
How much needed to sell?
They wanted to sell a little more than double that rate. So because it fell beneath their line, they asked us for $1.4 million of marketing money that they would pay themselves with to run coupons in stores. You know those coupon newspapers?
Yeah. So that's one. They wanted 1.4.
It's companies that sell bells, and we want the bell to sell. So we're gonna run it at a discount, a 30% discount on your shelf, and we're gonna pay Rite Aid, $30,000 for that ad to run in their newspaper, and then we're gonna give everybody a discount.
Oh my
right?
gosh.
And they're going to get their normal cut. Rite Aid's going to get their normal cut.
Sure.
We only make 40% margin. We're going to discount it 30%. Now we only get 10% margin every time it sells. And we are on like something like net 90. So we don't get paid till 90 days after it sells.
So you'd be out
after they decide to start paying you
$1.4 million plus $100,000 just to get in the store.
And you have to cash flow. It's crazy.
So your partner, and I guess you lost.
Went online only. So we spent that money. The company spent that money and went online only. It's on Amazon. It's been picking up every month. It does.
How much?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. $10,000 a month is my guess.
Do you still have equity?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, do you make any of that right now, or is it just
no?
enough that it doesn't matter?
No, because the company fundraised a lot. Like I don't. It was 7 figures, low 7 figures. Like I don't know. Like it'll be a while until it needs to hit, right? It's exponential, right? So it's here and it's growing. But there's no more marketing money to CapEx invest in marketing. So you just got to let it. Anyways, take that lesson.
Okay, now here's the thing I'm getting at. I have a theory, and I want you to tell me if I'm wrong with my theory. My theory is your idea doesn't have to be good. It just has to be good enough. And with the right tools, it will work no matter what. So you can take I'm going to think of an idea right now. I want chia seed chips.
Okay.
I don't think that's that good of an idea.
If this is an 80%, so 1 is neutral on a growth curve.
Sure.
0.9 is failing because it never exponentially catches up to 1.
Okay.
And 1.1 is exponential because
you want to break 1. Yeah. So
it's a referral concept.
I get it. So 1.1, then it compounds on itself.
I bought this, and if 2 people watching this will go by, what's your problem? Mine was contributing exponentially because I bought 1 and then 2 more people did it.
Yeah.
And so if you're 1.1 people that buy this come back per customer, then we can fund the marketing at break even and eventually hit exponential growth.
Okay. Now, I want to know though, with your idea, the point I'm making with your idea is it was a good enough idea. It just didn't have the one thing, which my guess is marketing in the right thing.
No, on a crowded real estate, like of the shelves, like how do you stand out? Everybody, like,
you're on the bottom right probably. And
and we're the new guy. They de-emphasize you. You got to pay to play. That's why when you watch Shark Tank or something, they're always talking about how hard mass market is because the marketing cost, like, how do you market to somebody walking through Target? What are you going to do? Track their location and send them a notification when they walk by your product?
It's
a good idea.
That'd be awesome.
It's a good idea. Somebody do that.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Our producer is saying that he came up with the idea of localized Twitter. Wherever you're at your location, you can interact with somebody in that area with Twitter. And then I think we went on to say like it could be in retroactive timelines. You could say what were they talking about 5 days ago? Right here, anything like that. But yes, if you had localized Twitter, you could advertise for this product as you're walking down the aisle.
Yeah, because the premise, like, kick caffeine out of your body so you can sleep better and be calmer in the afternoons.
It's genius.
Everybody.
Dude, let me tell you, I tried this idea. I had like 2 big cups of coffee before I went to bed. I took this product.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I sent you home with someone?
You did, yeah. Cool. I was so curious. It worked. It actually worked. It works. It totally worked. I wanted it to not work because I wanted to make fun of it. But
there was a side effect, though.
Uh-oh.
The side effect is people who are truckers and drink so much coffee that it's absolutely insane. It works too well, so they have withdrawals. So they have symptoms from withdrawals. So he had to balance it not being too high of a dose for the average person.
Yeah.
So that you don't have withdrawal headaches.
You could strengthen it, all that stuff.
Isn't that funny?
All right, that's funny. Should we move on to some ideas?
Yeah, so I want to do, okay. I think there should be a Handyman monthly subscription.
Yes.
And so my wife and I would participate in this. So many projects around the house. I don't have time, but I also don't want to go project by project, meet a new contractor every time and pay them thousands of dollars just to come estimate. It's like so much time and money and there's no efficiency gains. But if I had a subscription to a handyman and he's getting stability and I'm getting somebody who knows my home pretty intimately over time, I'm happy to go, okay, $500 a month, right? It depends on your budget. But like people pay $250 to $750 a month for lawn care, depending on this complexity of them.
Yeah.
But what about the dilapidating home? They just kind of wait until the kitchen is in disrepair and then they redo the whole kitchen for $15,000.
Okay, I like this. I think you could scale it really easily too, because you could just have a checkbox. Do you want the lawn care?
Once the system works, I mean, it spreads.
I think it would totally work. I hate doing handyman stuff. I grew up doing all of that. For some reason, it's the last thing I want to do. That's funny.
I'm kind of the opposite.
Really?
I grew up doing none of it, and so now I'm addicted. So I've got all my tools.
Funny. No, I don't want to repair my car. I don't want to fix anything in my house. I don't want to pay for it to be done.
Yeah,
it's. I have all the respect in the world for it, but I just don't want to do it. And then I do it. No, but you could scale it. Just say a do it all for your house. Hey, I want to have my furniture changed and rented, and I don't want to have to think about it and I want a renovation every 2 years, and I want my lawn care
it's custom to you, right? Because you're just building a relationship.
And I want a cleaner. Can I have a cleaner on Thursdays?
So it's like having a cleaner, and you're right. You can refer out to all that stuff.
Totally.
Pool guy, but it's like having a cleaner who gets better and better at your tastes and preferences in your home. So the handyman can be like realizing I actually don't care about the holes in the walls or the kids' crayons on the paint.
Yeah.
But what I care about is the fact that this door doesn't shut quite right, or that this window is wiggly, or that my kids like can't push the sliding glass door closed because it's too much gunk in there. Yeah. And I need a little like lock. I care about safety. So I need this lock just to be rock solid, and I don't have time to,
Yeah.
Some people, though, will be like, okay, everywhere you see a little hole, scratch, whatever, I just want you to go methodically through the house and fix those up one at a time. And then you get this, like the customer, houses, just like businesses and life, you never arrive. It's never perfect. It's the best it ever will be on the day that it was made, right? It's just maintenance from there. But if I know I'm doing the responsible thing and I'm just like tackling it at a reasonable pace that I can afford, then at least I can tell myself I'm doing what I can, nothing more, nothing less.
It's funny. I bought a house about a year ago.
Okay.
And after having bought the house, I cannot wait until I have the money to rent a house, which is just
you long for not being the owner.
I miss like, oh, this broke. Oh, I have
somebody else's problem.
That's my problem when I come home today. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, renting kind of comes with the built-in handyman.
Totally.
Except for if you actually have this person come and show up regularly on Thursdays at 3 every week, then you get to change your mind.
Yeah.
You get to have petty things taken care of or big projects tackled slowly, right? Your budget just depends on how available they are to you. And on their end, they kind of build their book of business to the equivalent of a salary. So on their end, they just have to have a number of clients and for it to be stabilized. So
perfect.
I think it would be a difficult company to make a lot of margin on because you're really talking about a lot of labor. So you can't add too much of a markup in there. But I do think people would buy it like crazy. So if you could make it big enough, the small margins would add up to a big number.
I think it would be a good thing for one person to do as well.
Really good for one person. Like just change your model. Don't charge me $50 an hour. And tell me your minimum's $300 a month.
And then also be like, no, I'm the best. I'm the high end.
Yeah.
Do you want me or do you not? Like,
or I'm the fastest or whatever.
You want it that day? I'm there that day. And if I'm not there that day, I do it for free or I give you a massive discount because something else is happening. Okay, I've got an idea.
Okay.
I just traveled.
Where'd you go?
Just got back from my honeymoon. Super fun time.
Where'd you go?
In Italy.
Okay.
And other places. one of the problems in Italy and anywhere you travel is you've got luggage. And you might land in a city and you might have all day, but you can't check into your hotel, which is far away, and you want to go over here. So I was in Venice, not Venice Beach,
not Venice, California.
Venice.
Magic Mind.
Look at that. No, I'm in Venice, and it's hard to walk around with these heavy suitcases all day. Plus, you don't want to. You want to go see the place. So what you do is you go and you pay for a place to check in your luggage, and it's expensive. It's expensive. It's anywhere from $20 to $50, depending on how busy it is.
Right.
I was trying to find a cheaper solution, and I found a cheaper solution. So this isn't my idea, but I want to steal this idea because it is genius.
Yep.
I think this is brand new. I don't know if I've seen it anywhere else, but this website, it's like we have locations in every place. And I started looking up the locations. It's just grocery stores and hotels. They partnered with grocery stores and hotels, and they said, hey, you just pay for it online. You show up to the hotel, and they say, awesome, here, we'll take your bag for you for the day. So this guy set up the network.
Can you pay a day rate?
Oh, I have no idea. What is the website name? Shoot, I should have.
Or what would they Google?
Just,
sorry, guys. The producer's talking in our ear. You can't hear him.
It's Luggage Storage. Just try it in London. I did it in London. So every train station has the major spot, and they would charge, I think it was £15 an hour per piece of luggage, which is absolute insane. With a max
per day.
Probably
4 hours gets you a whole day.
Exactly. Which is, sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's not at all.
It depends on.
But this is great because hotels and, okay, let's see here. Not that one. Go down.
Luggage stash, luggage storage.
Luggage storage, cheap and easy.
24/7.
Maybe.
There's Westminster.
We're in Victoria. Yeah, actually.
Eaton Square Gardens, Victoria.
There's London. Try Stasher. I don't know. Maybe that's got it. No, locations in Terminal 1. That's going to be the expensive spot. So this is what you would normally see. You'd see the expensive spot like that.
Okay. But they made the off-brand of this in multiple locations.
It was genius. So if I were to start this, though, all you have to do is just go to a major city, go to any grocery store and say, hey, I'm starting a business. Would you like to store this luggage? You'll make half of whatever we put there.
Right.
And all you have to do is just put it in the back with a little tag, and we'll give you the tags.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't I do this? This is free money, and it brings people into my store.
Yep.
I think it's genius.
Is it per piece of luggage?
I think it is per piece of luggage, but you can make it very, very cheap at the beginning.
I mean, I have a family of 7.
Yeah, so I think maybe it would be per locker.
But I'm saying the problem's bigger for me. So I'm also willing to pay more.
Oh my gosh.
Because if we're actually trying to do a vacation, it's precious. And it's very hard to pull off without being exhausted and angry. Yeah. So this solves my anger. This is like, I actually can't run up everyone's luggage because I can't carry everybody's in my family.
Totally.
You can carry yours and Emma's luggage.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't take Jenna's, mine, Sam, Chloe, Lucy, Sophie, and David's and a stroller.
No, and it's so doable. Seriously,
That's
if you lived in New York, you just go to any grocery store and say, hey, I'm setting this up. Would you like to sign up for services? And then you set up a landing page and you just get to see, oh my gosh, I do want to. Yeah, I'd love to store it.
So if you were going to do this in New York, how would you start it? Where would you start? What would you do tomorrow?
I would find one grocery store that says, yeah, I'm in. Let's try this. Or one hotel, probably grocery store, because I imagine hotels can do this already, but they just don't advertise it well.
Right. They do it for their guests already.
For their guests, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you pick a grocery store, or it could be any store that has extra space. And then you advertise it online. So I land in a city. Okay, where can I store my luggage for today? Everybody's saying this number, this number, this number. I'm saying massively cheaper than what everybody else is doing. I'm saying, $15 whole day, as long as you want. You just got to get it before 6 p.m.
Because your company's not really doing any of the work. You're just paying the hotel $10.
Exactly. And I'm exchanging hands. And then they're like, oh, great. Where do I go? The location's right there. You go to the hotel and they say, hi, we're storing luggage. And they're like, oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Let me look at, I went to the website on our end of it. Yep, you're Mr. Alexander.
So to pull that off, I would call all the small grocers.
Yes, small one, not a big one.
Right, because they have 5 staff total, and they just have to tell everybody, hey, we're doing this. If somebody comes with luggage, this is why.
Yes.
I just want you to put it over here. It's not a big deal.
I love this idea. Yeah. Part of me wants to do that. I wish I lived in a bigger city.
Company does
this is the problem, which leads me to my next idea. This is, Kendall, in my opinion, this is, right now, I think this would be the most fun business to start
Ooh.
But I don't know if it would be the best business to start. Please tell me how I can start this business.
Well, like last week, we want it to be profitable.
Yeah.
We want it to be enjoyable.
Okay.
And we want it to be doable.
Okay. This
So you've got
podcast-
doable and enjoyable,
Yeah.
but you don't know if it's possible. Okay, so let's talk.
Yeah. So this podcast has brought about this idea for me. Dude, I want to start a prototyping business where we just, you give me the idea. Hey, we will prototype your idea. We'll build you a landing page and we'll measure traffic. It costs $1,000 or whatever it is to whatever it is.
It costs way more than that, but okay.
No, it depends on what it is. So let's say, let's take your idea of the butter knives. Let's say I want to prototype it.
Starting to hate that idea, but it's okay.
It's perfect for this idea though.
Butter Nights.
Butter Nights.
Okay, got it.
So I build you a landing page. That's pretty easy. I run some ads. Pretty easy. I build you a prototype. I can do that with.
Can you get me
printer.
pricing? Can you get me requirements and pricing from a manufacturer?
No, I'm just measuring click-through traffic.
Only.
I'm prototyping.
Okay.
I don't care about manufacturing.
Click-through traffic. Okay.
Click-through traffic.
So digital sales testing.
Exactly.
I think you have to niche it down. Don't make it like for any entrepreneur. So niche it down, triple the price, and commit to 3 things. Don't commit to 7 things. Your employees, because if in any business you start, you can't hire any human and then train them on 7 things they're going to do well. What you can do is say, you're going to do 3 things well.
Yeah.
Let's just start on this one. These other 2 you can do poorly this week.
Okay, so I'm thinking so I did the sauce idea, and what I did to just check the validity of it was I took a sauce packet, I painted it, I took photos of it, I put it online, I made a landing page, and I ran an ad. That's all I did.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty teachable.
Did anybody click the ad?
Yeah.
So you got to, I agree with you. I think it's a cool business. I think
so fun.
Here's the problem with your
fun.
business. The audience sucks.
What do you mean?
Your avatar who buys that thing is awful.
Is usually people who would already do it themselves.
They're either control freaks or they're too wealthy to care about this small
if I was wealthy,
potatoes.
let's say I had.
No, you're not active when you're wealthy. So not. I'm making it overgeneralization.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's hard to find the people with enough money to pay you enough for this, and them be actively involved enough. Because they don't like starting small ideas anymore. Because what they would do, so if I have, let's say I have $3 million to spend on my next business.
Yeah.
I do not pay someone $3,000 to go validate it. I hire somebody for $60K a year to go figure it out.
Or you take 20 of your ideas and you go hire this company, say, hey, can you just run these next 20 for the next 3 months and tell me what works and what doesn't?
Right. So you'd be introducing a good service, a good product to the market.
Yep.
And I guess my feedback is anytime you're too innovative and it's against people's norms, you pay the price of education. You have to pay to educate your audience. And that's very expensive. So you might do this from Instagram. You might do this through networking with entrepreneurs because they might love it, but it's not quick and easy. It's not like I can just turn on ads for this and people will just buy this service. But if you went to some type of startup conference and investor conference, there's a conference I was looking at where it's buying and selling. It's mergers and acquisitions for small businesses. And that type of person at that conference is very active, very hands-on, detailed, and they love time being saved.
Yeah.
So there is a conference out there for this idea.
Yeah.
And then you could sell
go to that. That'd be
30
fun.
of these in a day.
Yeah.
And so I do think it could work. It's not as easy as running ads on it. So you have to be really thoughtful of your audience.
That'd be so fun.
It's cool. I like it.
I just want an excuse to buy a 3D printer.
I mean, you should set up that team and process for this. We'll ship 20 products through this.
Yeah, we would. Actually, that's what I was...
Just build it for us, and then other people can hire it later.
I'm totally good with that.
Okay.
You're up.
Okay, this is for all the... this is a certain type of nerd. There's a special place in hell for the convergence of QuickBooks and entrepreneurialism.
Oh.
If you're starting a business, our friends who have the Italian ice business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They sell these things for $6 a pop, and they go to the food truck park.
They're awesome.
They make so much margin per because it's really just fresh fruit and ice run through a very expensive machine, and then they serve you, right? And it's very trendy. It's very tasty. It's very healthy compared to ice cream and all that
I
stuff.
imagine it's 90% margin.
And it's like 90% margin, right? It's very good. It's like tea. Tea is like that. It's very good for you. You can market it well, and then it's 90% margin. Okay. When you're just like doing that and making thousands of dollars here and there and randomly, and then that money primarily just pays for your life. Christmas tree farms are like this, right? You make thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's really just for you. You're not scaling a business or a brand or something consistent. You're not getting a ton of employees. It's seasonal. They just don't do the admin time that it takes to go like do the basic bookkeeping stuff.
No, yeah.
And so taxes and lending and banking and knowing if you can even afford your employees or give them a raise, that's all like done out of your gut. And it gets messier and messier like a walk-in closet that you never organize.
Yeah.
Eventually it's just a cluster. So I had this like realization that the reason why is because they don't want to go learn accounting speak. Because you probably don't know this, but credits and debits, which seems simple, apply differently to 4 different categories in accounting. And so what accountants try to use very precise language for is like, this is adding to a liability, which means you're more in debt.
Yes.
Well, that is a credit. That sounded positive, but you're actually telling me I'm more in debt now. And you start to get really confused. I added to your liability account, right? Or a debit. I took away from your liability account. That actually means you're less in debt. It's good. But it was a debit, which if you're talking about my checking account.
You're using language that small business owners don't want to use.
They're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So they don't start. So I had this idea of like, okay, it's 2022. We have a software company. Yeah. I can have my team use some of the lingo AI. There's some stuff for like language, modern language that's really cool. And the computer, there are very easy to use plugins now, databases that process natural language. You could relabel all of the jargon in accounting world with a plugin API. It could literally just change the text on the screen to something actually helpful and simple so you know what the hell you're looking at. And then your accountant doesn't have to get confused by your blunder because they're not reading it through your layman's terms. You're reading layman's terms. They're reading their profession.
This is like a funnel for Grammarly. It's
a niche of Grammarly, basically.
Dumbs it down.
Just change the labeling on this.
Why
and that can be applied to many industries.
Oh my gosh, so many.
So I think on the last episode we talked about doing this for lawyer contracts.
Yeah, which is great. Okay. Jargon is
similar
and awful.
And medical interpretations. What if I have a diagnosis and I'm reading a one-pager? Yeah. You should be able to scan it with your phone, scan the one-pager. We already have this technology. It'll read all the words. Then go over to your other app and then just upload that in there, and it will just change the jargon to this is not that bad, or this is a medium case. Yeah. You don't
I'm doing this with chemicals right now.
There you go.
I'm like, what is calcium sorbate or whatever?
When we were trying to read the label.
And I'm like, but it's sodium chloride. Why? No, it's just salt. It's fine. It's just salt. Oh. Why'd you use this complicated name? I don't know. We had to. Yep. Yeah, it's awful. If you could fix that problem, I'd be happy.
So in accounting land, I picked one niche because it's a better business if you pick a niche because there's an easier target to market it to, and there's an easier target to make it. Like it's a smaller scope of work to actually develop it. I think we could build it in 3 months for $40,000, and I think we could charge people $9.99 a month, because people like me running these businesses would just be like, I do. I'll have this subscription
it definitely makes it easier. It's the Google app. I use Google Translate for translating languages. I wish I could do that for dumb it down. So I'll race you to it. So pigging off the same industry, something that is, I touched on this earlier with your consumer product idea where you can get really screwed on net terms.
If somebody's not paying you like till net 60 or 90, you have no cash for 90 days, but you already sold the transaction. You already paid for the marketing. You already paid for your overhead. You already paid to warehouse it. You pay. Then wait.
And then you're done.
Right. And people get these Sharky loans, this
cabbage
factoring loans. Yeah. There's just, yeah. So accounting, knowing where you stand on your business results is like crazy making when you're in the heat of running your small business or this happens to medium businesses too. Up until you have really formal finance processes, this is a thing. So I can't know what our performance was until the end of the month for last month. So if I have a question about 4 weeks ago's performance, forget about last week's performance. 4 weeks ago's performance, I don't have it for another 2 weeks because we're 2 weeks away from August 1st.
Yeah.
So I have to wait for my bookkeeping team to close the books to get me back. Here's your performance. And then I have to be able to read a balance sheet and a P&L, or I have to just ask them, can you dumb this down for me or whatever. I want to make a software that gives you the tolerance percentage that it's probably off, but gives you it like now based on your bank transactions, just incomes and outflows, what it knows your payroll to be regularly. And it's like, it doesn't look like you fired anybody this week, and it doesn't look like you hired anybody this week. It doesn't look like you got a new customer this week, and it doesn't look like you fired a new customer this week. So within 12% or 5%, it can tell me the percentage.
Okay, so
and I have my numbers.
You want to do predictive analytics, so you link a software to your bank account.
Not even predictive.
Retroactive.
That's why I'm mad.
Well,
this should be last week's data should be in my pocket now.
But you can measure trends with analytics. So eventually it'll be like, that was a coffee. That doesn't matter. That was this. That probably is. You were over here when you bought this. You were likely with a client.
So this would ignore the coffee.
Yeah.
Like if you filled out
put it in
expense
the category of
reports.
Expenses and then.
Have you worked for an org where you fill out
I hate them.
a
I think they're
paper?
completely useless.
Yeah, but they're not for the accountants and the tax people.
No, they're not useless. They're my bank account does this for me, and it should be pretty damn obvious. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, but in an org, they're needed for compliance reasons and perfection reasons, because like an accounting department's basically run at the standard of perfection, and taxes are basically done at the same thing. Business people don't care about perfection. They're like, the next decision I need to make this afternoon will affect my business plus or minus 30%. I do not care about chasing 99.9% accuracy.
Absolutely.
I just need to know, how did we do last week?
This seems really hard to do. How would you do this?
Yes. Thank you. So it is hard to do.
Maybe not impossible to do.
No. I can do it.
Okay, please.
I've been thinking about this for a year.
Is this an Airtable thing?
Forget about where the database is or whatever.
Sure.
Basically, it needs to take my bank transactions. There's a million ways to automatically look at your transactions. Yep. Link your bank transactions. And it needs to be linked to my accounting system. Usually QuickBooks would be like the small business go-to. That's got an open API, easy to interact with that. Mm-hmm. Those two things together, plus me answering one question. Did anything major change last week?
Yeah.
Because I can go, I laid off somebody who cost $9,000 a month. Right? I can answer that question to the one question.
Totally.
Or I gained a new customer that pays us $40,000 a month at our same margins. It knows everything else about our day-to-day. So all I've done is given it any modifiers that I know of that are big. What I don't care about is if one of the employees took a trip to a Las Vegas conference and it was an extra $2,500 a month or this one time, because it doesn't change the reality of my business next month. But what I need to know is, am I having a hard conversation with an employee that we ran out of funding for you? Or am I needing to hire a new employee like now?
Okay, the way you would have to build this company, from my opinion, is if somebody like me or like you came up to somebody like you who already has a company and says, hey, can I do this with you for a year? And then after I have enough analytics on what works, what doesn't work, then I market it out.
The accountants, no. So my controller would know how this is not that hard for his process.
Sure.
Because he basically already does this process, but it takes.
Yeah, but you want it in an
labor.
app. You want it like, I want it easy. I want it super fast.
And then I want to know, it just tells me the tolerance of I could be wrong by 10%.
It's basically weather. You're just looking at, hey, we're looking good.
It's weather predictions.
Yeah, it's just that.
Based on historical data.
A good enough accountant.
Yeah. So it'd take a little bit of building, but again,
but
I think this qualifies for, you can build this software within 6 to 9 months of a couple developers, and then it could plug in, and it could be, I would pay in any one of our businesses. We kind of have we have 6 businesses with 6 leaders, and they would all pay at least $80 a month for this, something like that. 300 seems too high.
Okay, here's what I would do if this was my idea. I like it. There's a lot of unknowns. I would make a demo video of a fake app with an MVP. I'd put it online. I'd put a wait list, and I'd see if people signed up. And if enough people signed up, then I'd build that
We could
sucker.
make the landing page and run ads on it now.
Yeah.
And then I know somebody, I know people who can just build it, right? So
Totally.
True. We could make the landing page, validate it, run ads on it. We need $1,000 of ads for this audience. It's kind of an expensive audience because everybody's marketing to them.
It would have to be an expensive software too.
Well, I think $80 a month is kind of premium, right?
But
DocuSign is $50 a month.
You're looking
Adobe's
at small,
70.
medium businesses.
Yeah, and it's similar pricing to Adobe monthly, right? Or DocuSign or QuickBooks. I think we pay $75 a month for QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. I want to do a more fun one. Here we go, my turn.
Let's go fun.
I saw this and I want to figure out how to do this, and please help me build it right now. You know margaritas?
Oh, I know margaritas.
I love a good margarita.
Corona-ritas?
Corona.
Have you ever had one of those?
I think I have at your house, actually.
No. At is it Applebee's? Somewhere takes a small Corona and there's a holder in the glass. There's a margarita, and then it's upside down, and the pressure keeps the Corona still. Anyways.
Okay, so here's the idea. You either want to call it Just Add Vodka or the alcohol Keurig. I want there to be, I've seen this with
flavors you mix with a plain alcohol.
You got vodka, sweet. You don't have all the other stuff. Don't worry. Here's a pouch for your Bloody Mary. Here's a pouch for your margarita.
I mean, this is a very good.
Producer likes the Keurig idea. Okay. So you order all of these tiny little. Yeah. No. Wait.
Okay.
Don't pop it yet.
You pitch this.
Here's
before
the
I pop
Keurig.
This.
You instead of having to buy sweet vermouth and Campari and all of these things, you just get it once a month. It's got all of them in the little cartridge, and you just pop it in. And you say, I'm gonna go for a Negroni. Click the button. Just add vodka. Just add the big ones. Add vodka. Add whiskey.
Are you sure you're not forgetting that you heard this on a podcast?
This is different. This is not that. What that is. So you're talking about this guy who can make any drink, and he just adds little percentages of flavors and all that stuff. That sounds hard, and I also think that's going to be hard to get adoption. So this is literally, we're shipping you Campari, we're shipping you all this stuff in small portions, and these are just little cartridges. You don't have to go to the store and buy every single thing. You just add.
I like it. So you're not actually chemically formulating new things.
No, it'd be hard.
You're taking small batches of existing things and giving me the ability to press a button like I get my coffee in the morning.
Exactly.
I should use a Keurig.
Yep.
Even though I was a barista for many years,
they're so nice.
I have fallen down in
they're
my
so
quality.
convenient. I totally get you on that one. Yeah, I think it could be that. Yep. Now the dumbed down easier version is just Bloody Mary pouches. Get a cup of vodka and then just rip open a pouch.
Can we call them bloody pouches?
Bloody pouches. Yeah, something like that. You could do the same thing.
They'd be called Hail Marys. That would be the brand.
Oh, I like that.
Hail Mary bloody pouches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's producer's saying they should be just the size of a sauce packet. You just, I think that would work. That would be easier.
You need to add water too, right?
Well, it depends on how you like it.
Is it concentrated?
It's a mix. So I don't have a celery. I don't have tomato juice.
You don't want to ship too heavy of a volume.
No, I want powder. It's powder.
Powder. Okay.
This is powder. There's two.
So it wouldn't work for every type of liqueur.
I know. That's the big bummer.
Okay.
I was looking at photos and
no, less is more. It's
niche down.
Now they niche down. Yeah, you got those cans, the copper can at Costco.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? Those are a.
No.
What drink do you make in a copper tin?
Oh, Moscow Mule.
Yeah, so they have Moscow Mules in a copper can now.
I know. I want to know.
Brilliant.
Can you make a chemical reaction that creates like carbonation just by adding things? I know
Ask
you can.
your pharmacist friend.
I should.
In Pakistan.
Yeah, I like that guy. Nikit, I think his name.
We should air this episode first, but but that episode will be aired.
That was fun.
Later.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that was a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my idea for you. That would be a fun business to start.
Okay, we need to move into game time.
Oh yeah.
So we don't have a do whatever
that was
sound. That was the sound for game time.
Perfect. Okay, I'm looking up games. What game do you want to play?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Dustin.
Ooh.
Idea drop. Here's my notes. Okay. I want to know. What is a weird way that a 25-year-old male in Canada can make money on Upwork, aggressively make money on Upwork because he just lost his job.
Okay. Does he have any skills?
He does have skills.
What are his skills?
We just need to give him away. He's talented.
Okay.
He's young, but he's talented.
Are you talking about, I mean,
Put yourself in that situation. It was you at 25.
Mm-hmm.
But you live in Canada.
We could just literally does it have to involve Canada? Because you're on Upwork. It's so easy. You could just say,
it does
I
not.
do web design. Right? That's
okay, but I want weird ways, not the commodities.
Okay.
Because if you go web design, now you got to compete with all the good web designers and you're at a deficit.
Yeah.
So you do have a deficit to commodity talent.
Okay, I'm in Canada and I'm this. I will narrate any book you have with a strong Canadian accent.
I love that. I actually love that.
There you go.
So if that's somebody's weird thing, they just love the Canadian accent. So there's some day trader who was married to a Canadian, now he's divorced, and it was 15-year-old nostalgia you're tapping into. He's got plenty of money to hire you for this. And so you're just reading his day trading books now. You're reading his day the washing machine is getting full.
The washing. Okay. You could go one step further. You could make a Canadian sounding person that integrates with whatever system you're using. I want Siri, but Canadian. Cool. Download our pack. I want my Google Maps to sound Canadian mail. I don't know if that's an option.
No, you can't plug into any software like that.
I wish you could, though. Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna narrate your book, and I'm Canadian. 25 male.
Okay. I would leave funny voicemails to your friends, family, or enemies.
No, but overly polite.
And I'll do it for $70 per voicemail.
You gotta lean
and
in.
I'll do a call with you to make sure that we kind of nail the spirit of this thing.
Yeah. That's great. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good, actually.
So it's like a crank call for hire, but a voicemail. Like I'm going to go threaten your ex-wife with the IRS, or I'm going to call your mom about she just won $1 million.
Okay,
or
I've got an idea. You could... Oh, this isn't an Upwork idea, but if I was a 25-year-old Canadian and I had tons of free time, you could start a high-end syrup review channel and take yourself way too seriously and like pretend you're like a bourbon tasting and you just have...
Okay, wait, I can make the Upwork version of that.
Okay.
Because again, we're dealing with constraints here. That's the point of the game.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
You get 0 points, by the way, for that idea because it was not playing by the rules.
What? That was
that
not
one?
Upwork?
Yeah,
because it wasn't Upwork.
Syrup reviews? Yeah.
Canadian. We're leaning into the stereotypes.
Okay, but you're on Upwork. To make that one work, I would say I will review 10 of anything you want and save you the time. I review picky things for millionaires for $90 an hour. So I'm like, hey, I need to figure out the best tread for my Maserati. And you're like, okay, I'm $90 an hour. I will go to the tire shops that are available and I will...
You want a research buddy. I'm your research buddy.
Yep. And then I will
give
you like third-party smart person review. I'm smart. I'm capable. I have way more time than you have.
Yeah.
Put me to work on your weird research project.
Okay, that's
For
funny.
millionaires. So you're being very clear in the title, right? That's the key, is like you're attracting who you want to be your customer. You're not starting selfishly with what you can do. You're starting with what they want.
Yeah, that's good. Do you have any that would lean really heavily into the Canadian part? Because he's Canadian. You said it was Canadian. So that must have something to do with this.
No, I have no idea. I only know one Canadian. Two. I know two.
Yeah. You employ one.
And one employs me in a weird way.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So, did we get a mailbag?
No, we didn't get a mailbag.
JD, do you have an idea? We need a mailbag. I forgot to send out the notes. We're gonna put this on Instagram and we'll be prepped next time. Okay, wait. There's a podcast coming out. It's not gonna air its first episode till next month, but it's Marketing That Sucks.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, tell me some marketing that you ran across this week that's just terrible. Think back to your drives, your signs, the billboards, TV, an ad, something that was just like, wow, they spent money on that and it's not effective. And now I hate their brand.
This is so sad.
See how fast it was for you to think of one?
Well, it's going to be even more sad when I say what it is.
Okay.
It's,
that's okay.
It's Christian related. It's just those billboards, Jesus saves. And I'm like,
yeah, that's
who's that gonna
who does that help?
It's not gonna, like, if your goal is to really,
I don't think that's marketing in the traditional sense.
No, their goal is souls, I think, right? So it's not working. Like, I don't know an atheist who said it's time to change my ways.
Right, but it gets muddy into the psychology and belief system of a whole group of people.
I think it's terrible marketing.
Okay,
it's awful.
I would say that. That's right. He said Hobby Lobby. I went to a movie this week. I went to see the new Thor.
Yeah, so
right.
Did I.
And next to the movie theater is Hobby Lobby. Mm-hmm. So I get out of the movie theater at 11:30 at night, and Hobby Lobby it's dark. There are no lights on this part of their parking lot, and the sign is glowing orange, HOBB, and it's the only standalone sign there. And it just looks like Halloween. It looks like Halloween lobby.
Sign. It's bad sign.
And so they're trying to like sell me the opposite of that. Like the spirit of it is life-giving. Like it's the
true.
house. It's like
it's also trendy in there.
Yeah. And inside is great, right?
Yeah.
And some sign person totally failed, or their logo, and they're just refusing to change it because the other one is Simpson University. It's so bad. I hate their logo. They're stuck in their Genesis. And they're not even doing the nostalgia play. If you're going to be stuck on it, at least do the nostalgia play and modernize it playfully in a way that brings us like, oh yeah,
private
remember
universities
the
are
80s?
failing on every level right now. I think it's sad to say, but it's not.
Yep.
It's not a good spot.
Did you guys come up with an idea yet? Okay. Mailbag. So our producers challenged us with some constraints. So just to play this back, we'll plug in so people can hear him next time. But he said, we're in a situation where there's a college town with bike riding and lots of restaurants nearby. Mm-hmm. College students have bikes, not cars, and restaurants are packed in there. So what opportunities are in this there's a lot going on. There's money to be had. They're all paying $80,000 a year to the university.
Their loans. They don't care.
Their loans. They don't care about spending. They're in a season of life.
Money doesn't exist.
I would like to point out there are a few times where you just are not price conscious. Those are weddings, babies, college. So sad. And funerals.
Funerals.
Yeah, honeymoons are weddings.
Yeah.
So or you're a lot less.
College is the only one where it's like a series of years. It's so real
rough.
though.
It's rough.
Man.
Our culture is really doomed to the next generation. So we're going to help them on Idea Drop with how they can get out of debt. These are ideas of how you get out of debt. Idea Drop helps
Okay, so these people are
advantage
biking
of.
everywhere. I think there, a bike rental service, like an app bike service, that's great, but that's already there.
It's already there, yeah.
They need to get to these fast food. It's centered around food that's fast, and they're college students.
What about bike sharing?
Yeah, that's good. Bike sharing.
Okay, here's my smart lock. I've locked it up here. I dropped the pin on the location.
Took a photo.
If you want to use my bike, it's $4 an hour.
Yeah.
And I have a 2-hour minimum. Boom.
Okay, you could do. This was an idea I had earlier, which was a community menu. Like if you go to a village where there's like Discovery Village is what I was thinking. But if you go to a little square and there's a Pizza Hut, this place, that spot, I want to sit down and I want to see a menu that has everything, so I can order from one spot to any location they bring me to me where I'm at.
I love that. Those do exist.
It's super rare.
But it's rare, you're right. So we're just saying we're going to bring this to every college town.
Yeah. So like
crossover menu and crossover servers. So you're centralizing the experience.
Yes.
So you can nail the real estate situation.
But you're also, it's outside. Doesn't feel like a mall because you can kind of do that in a mall.
So it's basically, okay, this is easier than ever to start.
Oh.
You can literally leverage Instacart or Uber Eats or...
You just start your own.
You literally just leverage those platforms to get your product, your food, and you're just aggregating it into an experience now. So those were aimed so people could be served at home, and you're flipping it and you're going, I actually made a better place to sit. It's a nicer table with better AC and cooler lighting.
Oh my gosh. You just create a central, this is the park.
It's
and
the
you go to
best
the park
part of
and
Reading.
I want this delivered
That's a good idea.
here.
Good job, producer.
Oh, that's fun.
Shout out to JD
Makes
and
me want to
Parable.
go back to college. What a blissfully ignorant time.
I hope Jeremy gets some good edits from this episode.
Yeah, me too. Well, to wrap things up, those were another wonderful series of ideas. I think that's it. That's all the ideas I have for me this week. But I do have...
We just need a teaser for next time. So to be honest, I'm going to go back to my list here.
Next week, I think we could... I've entertained the ideas of coming up with challenges for each other. You want to try a challenge?
I can do a challenge for next week.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay.
There's easy challenges and hard challenges. The hard challenge...
Give me an easy one because I'm pretty busy this week.
Okay. Easy one is come up with a business idea that you can start with less than $1,000 and can't be software related.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to make $10,000 in a month. You have
Christmas
1 month.
tree farm. Done. I did my work.
It's July.
Yeah.
I need it this month.
Oh, I need it next month.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry. Yeah.
And it can't be a snow cone business.
Let me give you the hard thing. I think we should challenge each other to this, but maybe we'll do it another time. And we have to be honest with each other. We have 1 hour to come up with, let's say 3 hours to come up with an idea and make a landing page and run ads. And then we have to just let it run. And whoever gets the most click-throughs in a week wins.
Ooh, what's our ad budget? A couple $100?
Something
what are we
small,
gonna do?
Real small. Yeah, like a couple $100 each. It'd be really fun to do that. But that's only if we want to do this challenge. I really want to do this one so much.
So to come up with a product that's feasible, it can't be bullshit.
Product, service, anything. Just measure a click-through. Get people to your
We're
landing
going to
page.
make a landing page. Mm-hmm. We're going to run ads on it fresh.
Can't lie. So it can't be...
Can you list something? Are we listing something for a price and getting transactions that basically say, ooh, coming soon. Sorry, we're out of stock.
Yeah. I'm just saying you can't do like, new Apple iPads
out of stock
for $300.
challenge. It's the out of stock challenge.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's what I did. You just say, oh, sorry, we're not in right now.
JD just told me that if I accept this challenge, I'm going to come back next week and have not done it.
Yeah, I get it. It's not an easy one. But it is.
It's just a time.
Easy enough.
It's just the time and energy.
Yeah.
I love that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge you to a duel in the next 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
We can do this challenge.
Yeah, we can record.
But not by next week.
Deal.
I love it. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
See ya.
Hey guys, great episode. If you have enjoyed today, please come follow us. Kendall, where do they do that?
Like and subscribe. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Yep.
I don't know, wherever you get them.
It's great.
RSS feed.
GodTube, GodTV.
Instagram. We just started an Instagram. It's new.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Go find
come
us.
follow us. If you like it, help it out.
And send us some mailbag. So mailbag@ideadroppodcast.com.
Perfect.
Or just drop it in the comments on a post. Just tag it mailbag, #mailbag.
Love it.